Okay, so we have our NVIDIA AGX Thor properly wired. It's interesting because this is a detachable magnetic compartment, and this is a USB debug port. I don't think this is ideal because I mean you're gonna have to touch it to put the debug connection on, which I don't like having to touch it, and it feels like it could have been more rugged, but it is what it is. At least it's kind of transparent, so I like it's hard metal. Okay, so wiring. Here's our boot drive, our connection to powering our display. It's something that I'm doing since it's a portable display. HDMI, self-explanatory. Power supply, we're using the official NVIDIA brick. Charger and power supply. And right here we're using our keyboard and mouse because they recommend using that. Here are the robotics data transfer connectors and power supply, which is pretty cool. So advice, don't put your fingers on the heatsink. It kind of shifts a little bit. It's kind of scary. So try to always hold it via this part. It's more stable. For some reason the heatsink shifts when you touch it, so you don't want to break it. Don't do that, okay? So NVIDIA instructions. Okay, goddamn, I'm sorry for the, this is a raw video, so bear with me guys. In this guide we will through the steps quickly install BSP Jetson Linux on your Jetson AGX Store Developer Kit using bootable installation USB kit. Okay, so basically what you have to do is, if you have the latest version as of now, March 14, the 2025 AGX Store Edition, you should not need to download extra firmware, so you can skip that step. It's always good to verify your hash, so check that this downloaded properly, because then you're gonna boot it into a corrupted image. You don't want to do that. So create installation USB. So here we have installed Jetson BSP Jetson Linux on your AGX Store Developer Kit. So what you got to do is basically you got to have Balena Etcher. In my case, I just used the Linux version. I just went, since I'm in Linux, I don't have Balena Etcher compatibility because I'm running the latest version of Pop OS. So that doesn't exist on my system. So I went to disk in case you are also running latest version of Linux. And here you can actually format. Don't format the disk you're using. That would be very dumb. But yeah, not a good idea. Sorry, not dumb. Don't want to be judgy, okay? But yeah, not a good idea because then you're gonna lose access. Okay, so unboxing and setup. Yeah, Jetson AGX Store Developer Kit, AC power cables, USB-C to USB-A cables. Two setup styles. You can use Jetson AGX Store Developer Kit in two styles. Monitor attached. Use Jetson as a standard computer with a monitor, keyboard, and mouse. Headless, so you use your laptop or PC to remotely access Jetson, and Jetson will be used as a server. So there's a headless option, but caution. Firmware factory default, there is a known issue to the way the text are displayed on those terminals. So you can run into bugs if you go into headless out of the box. My suggestion, start with monitor attached. It's easier. So attach display via HDMI or DisplayPort. Connect the USB keyboard and mouse. Attach the bootable installation USB stick. So we did that. You guys saw it. A USB Type A port on port, or the port USB-C port AGX Store Developer Kit. Connect the power supply plug into one of the two USB ports. Boot Jetson by pressing the power button. Check the output on the display and carry out the following steps on the monitor using the keyboard and mouse attached to the Jetson. Boot from the USB stick and install the BSP on NVMe. Okay, so if you're repeating this process for some reason, perhaps because you found something went wrong during installation and want to start over, please check the reinstall USB. Okay. Not sure if your UEFI firmware is compatible. So here we can check if the firmware is compatible with the JSON ISO, which is a very important step to do. So Jetson AGX, the developer kit, should be pre-configured at the factory to boot from any USB stick if attached, or the default NVMe SSD drive, so you don't need to check or manually change the boot order in most cases. Only if you're unsure and need to change the boot order, click the section below to learn how to check the boot order and change the boot order if needed. So if you need to check the boot order, here's the steps. While the NVIDIA logo screen with pre-boot options overlay, hit S key repeatedly to enter into the UEFI setup menu. Select boot manager by hitting up or down. Make sure your USB stick is at the top as shown in the previous version picture. So it's there. Select the USB stick by hitting up. Select save and exit. The Jetson will boot from the USB stick. Boot from the installation USB stick. When your Jetson powers on, it will first show the pre-boot options. After a short timeout, or if you press the enter key, the system will begin booting from the USB stick. Jetson AGX Thor developer kit is shipped with factory flash UEFI firmware version. You will see the Jetson BSP installation menu as shown below. Boot from Jetson Thor options. Boot from next volume, or select Flash Jetson Thor AGX developer kit on NVMe options by hitting. You will see a Jetson Thor option menu as shown below. Flash Jetson AGX Thor developer kit. Flash Jetson AGX Thor developer kit on USB R38. That's what we need. So select Flash Jetson Thor AGX developer kit on NVMe by hitting up and down. Okay, so these are the instructions. It will take less than 10 minutes to complete the installation. Reboot after BSP. Okay, so we're gonna follow that right now in this video. Okay, so let's go over here. Powering on the Jetson. It's this spotted over here. Like I said, don't touch the heatsink. Alrighty, it's powering on. I like to make sure this magnetic compartment is properly sealed. So bear with me as it boots up. Here we see NVIDIA. Okay, here we are. That's what we wanted to see. Boot from next volume, UEFI. So let's see if we got keyboard working. Activating keyboard. Keyboard is activated. Let's see if it takes commands from the keyboard. Apparently, for some weird reason, it is not taking commands from the keyboard, which is sad. But activating mouse, in case I have mouse. Use the up and down keys to select which entry highlighted. I don't have access to my keyboard. That's not good. So turning it on and off. Apparently it doesn't like this type of keyboard. No reaction. Not good. Let me see what I can do. So this is a top of the line keyboard. It's old, yes, but it's a light speed keyboard. Yes, it's rugged and it's been used for a lot of time because it's my workhorse keyboard, but it's a very powerful good keyboard. So don't judge it because it's dirty. So it's a man's tool. It's expected. So let's see what we can do here. We have our keyboard connected. It's all properly connected, but it doesn't like this setup for some reason. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to disconnect something and try and see if I can connect it and the keyboard in USB version, since all my ports are totally used and it's not liking a USB hub. So, and it did not boot on the previous iteration. It did not boot. It did not recognize this. So it seems like it's not recognizing this USB-C hubs. So I'm gonna have to, if I remove this cable, it's the power to my display. But there's a solution. I could power it from elsewhere. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna power it from elsewhere, and let's do that right now. Okay, I made the changes. My 10 keyless keyboard is properly attached in the USB directly, since it doesn't have drivers to detect other USB-C ports. So that's disconnected. Now I'm powering this guy from another source. It's properly powered. So ignition. The fan, can you hear it? It's powerful. I like it. It's good. Like, I selected this because it's rugged, it's powerful, and it can run almost everywhere. So, okay, here we go again. We should have keyboard power. Oh, hell yeah, we have keyboard now. Okay, following instructions. Like our life depends on it, because it's very, very powerful, very cutting edge hardware. Okay, so attach display via HDMI, done. Connect the USB keyboard and mouse, done. Attach bootable installation, that's done. Connect the power supply, that's done. Boot Jetson by pressing the power button, that's done. This guy's obviously the power button. So boot from the USB stick. Not sure if your UEFI firmware is compatible. This is usually for older devices. Ours is up to date. We should not have to update our UEFI firmware. That's very delicate. So if you have to, proceed with caution, because you can break it if you don't do it properly. You don't want to do that. So, and always have it powered so you don't end up in a bad state. So if you're repeating this process for some reason, perhaps because you found something went wrong, so that's not us. UEFI boot order check, thankfully. So here, Jetson AGX Thor developer kit should be pre-configured at the factory to boot from any USB stick if attached. So you don't need to check or manually change the boot order in most cases. Only if you're unsure and need to change the boot order, click the section below to learn how to, okay. Monitor attached, yes, that's us. Select boot manager, so that's not us. Boot from the installation USB stick. When you Jetson power is on, it will first show the pre-boot option after a short timeout, or if you press enter key, the system will begin booting from the USB stick. Jetson AGX Thor developer kit is shipped with factory flash UEFI firmware version. We know that. You will see the Jetson BSP installation menu as follows. Okay. So select Flash Jetson Thor AGX developer kit on the NVMe option by hitting the keys. You will see the Jetson Thor option menu as shown below. Select Flash Jetson Thor AGX developer kit by hitting up and down arrows and press enter key. This starts the installation process. During the installation process, you will white text scrolling on the screen. You may see screen stuck with the following screen for a while. Okay, there's a typo there, if I'm not mistaken. That's common in documentation. At least it's not AI written, which is good. So, time to do action. It's in Thor options. Boot from volume. Okay, I'm sorry for that, guys. Let me try and get my phone too. Boot from next volume UEFI firmware options. Jetson Thor options. That's what we want, right? Enter there. So Flash Jetson AGX Thor developer kit on NVMe Art 38.4.0. That sounds proper. Flash Jetson on USB. We don't want to flash on the USB, so we want to flash on the NVMe. So let's double check that just in case. On NVMe 0.2. So it doesn't say GNU Grub version 2.12. So hopefully we're gonna be compatible. If not, we're gonna have to factory reset, and that's not gonna be good. But this version's change a lot all the time. So we're going to, it should be good because it's a compatible version. So let's press enter. Linux. Okay, so let's let it do its magic. I love when this happens. It's just beautiful. So Ubuntu 24. Oof, everything looks good. Create a new GPT. Partition does not start on physical sector boundary. That sounds bad. Okay, let's let it do its thing. I love these installations. I don't know about you guys, but I really like them. I hope it really works out fine for us. So let's pray that it works well, because at the end of the day, we're dealing with massive architecture. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong, and no human can really manage it. But I'm pretty sure we could fix it, because I've always been able to fix it. 10 years doing it. So, but you still got to be humble and accept that errors can happen. So it's going, guys. It's going well. Installing packages, beautiful. That's what we need. Install those packages. Not bad. So power's on. I'm using our handy dandy Golden Mate. It has a very powerful Life PO battery, which lasts longer, protects us in case shit hits the fan, something bad happens with the power. We are protected. It's double the capacity of the NVIDIA Jetson AGX Thor, which is great, which is what we need. So temperature is good. I do find the fan is not running very fast, which is normal, I guess, for installing non-resource intense scripts, which is compatible with installing an operating system. So I'm going to let it work, let it think, let it finish processing, let it do its magic there, and just have patience, guys. I'm gonna multitask here for a while. I'm gonna keep working on this API I'm building for fleet management. Yes, I've used this framework laptop so much that the keyboard, the mouse pad is almost dying on me. So yeah, so this is not related to the video, so I'm not gonna record it on this video, but I'm gonna pause. Okay, installing many packages, wait for 15 minutes. Let's verify the instructions. We can see a lot of goodies here already. We can see Python, we can see SSD, we can see UI dev, BIM common, a lot of goodies, a lot of good stuff that we need for AI development of AI agents. So double checking the status right now, just in case. So we did that. During the installation process, you will white text scrolling on the screen. You may see screen stuck with the following screen for a while. So okay, that's normal. So let's just let it work. So we will see white text scrolling on the screen. Even if there's a typo, that's fine. Documentation, the ones that are written by humans, has errors. It's normal. It will take a little less than 10 minutes to complete the installation. Reboot after BSP installation with Jetson iOS ISO. After about 10 minutes, the installation process will finish and your Jetson will reboot. So it will automatically start the UEFI firmware update. Important. Remove the installation USB stick. Starting from Jetson 38.4, the UEFI boot order keeps the USB stick at the top after installation. Remove the bootable installation USB stick now, otherwise it will boot from the USB stick again instead of install BSP on NVMe. You can remove the USB stick and reset or power off. And on the dev kit for more details, see UEFI boot order check. So when it reboots, remove the USB stick so it doesn't boot back into our boot drive. So this is interesting. This is what we're gonna do next. You will see a GUI OEM config screen on your attached monitor. That's what we want to see on the welcome screen. Click next. That part is easy. On the typing screen, select English or appropriate keyboard layout for your keyboard. Attach the Jetson AGX to our developer kit and click next button to proceed to the next step. On the next screen, read through NVIDIA driver licensing agreement and click accept. On the network screen, select your Wi-Fi access point to connect to the internet or click skip. Time zone screen, select your time zone. Nothing crazy. On the about you screen, enter your username. Okay, everything is regular, normal setup for installing an operating system like I've done 100 times, so that's fine. Your next step, congratulations, you can now start developing on your Jetson AGX store development kit. Okay, beautiful. That's where we want to get to. That's where we're getting to. So we gotta wait here just a while, let it do its thing. Oh man, this is so beautiful. I love this thing. So we're waiting. I'm gonna pause the video, let it do its magic, and so that's where we want to get to. Ooh, something's happening here. Upgrades, whoopsie, still going, baby. Nice. Logger, p-info, beautiful. Python photo, packages remove, filtering packages to remove. Okay, great. I just love this installation processes. It looks so beautiful. It's so interesting. I think it's done. Ooh, fast. Ooh, it's booting. Time to remove our drive. You don't want to go back there, right? So, oh, it's hot like hell. So, we removed it. It's booting. We're back in the NVIDIA screen. Update progress. Okay, that's good. I like that. Seems like it's booting on the NVMe like it's supposed to after we remove the USB drive. The boot USB drive, we don't want it to get confused, right? So we are going well. Wind in the right order. Our wind is in the back, so we're going good. Okay, so the bad parts are almost over, guys. So let's give it its time. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be multitasking, working on this API for fleet management for buses. Okay, so fortunately, we made it to the promised land. We're good. So now it's just boring, regular things that we need to do. I like my keyboard in English, yes. I accept the NVIDIA driver license. So, accepting. Now I'm gonna connect. So, we are in the promised land, guys. We made it. All good. Proper installation, all done. Welcome to Ubuntu 24. 04.3 long term. Beautiful. Jetson Developer Zone, NVIDIA Jetson Community, Jetson Zoo, Jetson Support, Home. Beautiful. This is totally beautiful. Okay, so next video, I'm gonna start installing AI agents on this thing.